Good afternoon. More than 200 trade unions and non-governmental organisations this morning initiated a 24-hour general strike titled Against the Genocide and Occupation of Palestine. As part of the nationwide action, demonstrations took place in Madrid and in other major cities including Barcelona and Bilbao, with university students suspending classes in solidarity. The unions and NGOs said that Israel's attacks on Gaza have become intolerable, urging the government to immediately cut diplomatic, commercial and military relations with Israel to prevent its participation in Israel's ethnic cleansing. The unions have organised various demonstrations throughout the day, including protests at factories that produce military equipment and in front of the Foreign Ministry headquarters in Madrid. The Secretary of Social Activities at the General Confederation of Labour, which led the strike, said the biggest action we can take as trade unions is a general strike, calling it symbolic yet significant, and she further advocated for controlling arms to Israel and investing in health, education and social services instead of weapons. She stressed the need for global demonstrations in support of Palestine. It is necessary to prevent the killing of civilians, including thousands of women and children, from entering a vicious circle as if it were normal, she said. More than 41,500 people, most of them women and children, have been killed and more than 96,000 injured, according to local authorities. Inflation in France and Spain plunged below 2%, fueling bets that the European Central Bank will speed up the pace of interest rate cuts. Data this morning showed consumer price inflation easing to 1.7% on fuel, power and food. Analysts had expected a reading of 1.9%. A separate ECB survey published later this morning showed that consumers expect prices to rise more slowly over the coming years. Cooling inflation across the 20-nation bloc has allowed the ECB to lower its deposit rate twice this year. The bank has warned, however, that price gains in the region will probably pick up again later this year, with the retreat back to target unlikely to be fully complete until late 2025. Officials will get a clearer picture of the situation over the coming days. Italy and Germany are set to publish data for this month on Monday, and the Eurozone itself will do so on Tuesday. And two strangers left an envelope containing €4,100 in cash for a homeless man sleeping on the floor next to a lottery office in Malaga City. On the afternoon of the 20th of September, Augustin Jimenez arrived at the office around 5 p.m. and found a homeless man on the floor asleep. He was described as an older foreign man aged between 60 and 70. Someone approached Jimenez to tell him that a couple had left an envelope for the homeless man. Inside was €4,100 in cash, and local police also found a handwritten biblical reference as well as a postcard. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.